Cheetah, cheetah, cheetah. Hookah chaka cheetah, cheetah, cheetah. Alla mama cheetah, cheetah, cheetah. Alla se Nicola za cheetah, oh. Alla se Nicola za cheetah, oh. Freestyle! Wow!
Hello Cheetah fans and welcome to yet another smashing episode of Cheetah Chase. In this month's show, we pay a visit to Aliwal North to show off the famous Currie Cup trophy. Betway joins hands with the Mangaung Rugby Club as the official kit sponsor and partner. We welcome the sweet holders at the Cheetah Stadium for a breakfast gathering and to thank them for their support. And we attend the swirl turning ceremony of the new Old Grace Development Project in the City of Roses.
Wow!
With the delights of our Currie Cup victory still fresh after the final whistle, the Cheetahs travelled across the Orania River to the rugby-loving town of Aliwal North to show off the famous trophy and to thank the locals for their passionate support.
We are in Aliwal North today as part of our celebrations in winning the Currie Cup earlier this year. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of people behind us, people that only see the Currie Cup on television and they don't have any idea of the dimensions of the trophy. All these kids that are lining up behind us are here to take a photograph with the Currie Cup. It's a huge occasion for us as the Free State Rugby Union because we always want to reach out to our rural areas, and today we are in the Free State Sub-Union and Aliwal North is the headquarters of the Sub-Union.
Look, this sub-union is one of the biggest in the country, not only for us. So it's very much important for us to make sure that for the sake of development and promotion of rugby, we are able to come and to give support also to them so that they can see that they are part and parcel of the Cheetah family.
Die mense is so lief vir die cheetahs hier so. So daar's 'n manier dat ek al die wêreld kan uitlos. Hulle ry 200 kilometers ver net vir die cheetahs te kyk.
I mean, it's a good feeling because I mean these are the guys that are actually committed. They drive all the way from here to actually come watch us all the way in Bloemfontein. So it's not a short drive. It really shows commitment and how much they actually value us and support us. So I think it's pretty important that we actually come out here and show them the appreciation of their support.
It means a lot because really we have been looking forward to the day that we are going to have the Currie Cup here in the Free State again. It's really a very big joy for us also to have it here.
Well, as you can see, the Cheetahs and the Currie Cup came to Aliwal North. It's the first time in my life that I have heard of this. Great excitement here at the school. And we are proud Cheetah supporters. As you can see, everybody is dressed in orange and white. And we appreciate all the effort that Cheetahs is doing for our community and for Aliwal North. And we will stay proud Cheetah supporters till the end.
As you can see here in Aliwal North, we have the Cheetahs in Aliwal North High School. They came to show us their Currie Cup and it's wonderful. Everybody's happy. It's amazing. It's just having a blast. That's it.
Ja, ons sien Cheetahs is hier in 'n voorreg vir ons om die Currie Cup te kan vashou.
We're at Aliwal North Primary School. They have prepared a special lunch for us as the Free State Cheetahs, and they just saying thank you to us for driving out to Aliwal North for the day with the Currie Cup and Oxen Chair and the mascot. So they're just showing thanks.
We must say thanks to Aliwal North Toyota for the support that they're giving to the Cheetahs locally here. And we want to say thanks to the owners and the people around here. We really appreciate the support and hopefully that they will keep on supporting us.
We are proud to be sponsors of them. We sponsor the vehicles that takes the revs to the various games in our area here, and it's always very nice to be associated with rugby.
It's very important. We believe that the community, especially the rural communities like Aliwal North, that development of rugby plays a huge part. And if we have heroes like the Cheetahs that come and visit us, it creates that want and that being of playing professional rugby. So it's really important for us.
The Mangaung Rugby Club recently welcomed the news that Betway would sponsor various rugby-related equipment and gear towards this proud establishment, thus propelling them to be even more competitive in 2020 and beyond.
So we're here in Bloemfontein to partner up with the Mangaung Rugby Club. We have donated equipment to assist the team with their rugby progression. We've seen brand synergy between us as a brand and the rugby team. and it's just to further empower them and develop them as athletes and rugby players.
Mangaung Rugby Club became an open club since 1994. It is an affiliate of the Free State Rugby Union, applying its performance in the first league, the second league, the third league, and the women's league. The sponsorship, it comes at a critical time. The club is in dire need of jerseys. The players need motivation, so it came at the right time. You know, it's gonna have a huge influence on their performance on and off the field. The players are going to look the same, and the equipment comes in very handy because the club is in dire need of equipment to advance the skills of the players and so on. So it is a critical sponsorship coming at a very critical time.
You know, it makes me happy because this is the first time the club got such thing as a sponsor. You heard it before. The guys were playing their heart out, doing everything to their best without any financial muscle, like I said. But with Betway coming together, it's gonna make them solid happy, and it's gonna make them very good. They will feel very good because, as you see, the visiting teams came here to Outdoor Sports Center. We can identify Mangaung Rugby Club players, but from now on, we will identify them outside the field of play. But coming inside the field of play, you can see the good performance, but without that unity from a uniform perspective.
From what I know from my guys, we really have such a beautiful talent from a raw society, just as you can see around. We have different backgrounds. Some of us, we are studying. Some of our players, they are also working. Others, they are trying life. So it brings unity to each and every one of us. So it will make such an impact to develop our individualities and people around our society.
I think from a brand point of view, there was great synergy with the rugby team. There's growth, there's development. They're doing quite a lot for their region. And we go through a very stringent vetting process where we look at what the team requires. And something that was put forward is the sense that they need equipment to actually assist development of the rugby team. And yeah, that was the reason for us actually selecting the rugby team to actually say, we see great synergy and brand partnership with Mangaung Rugby Club.
It's a good thing that we received these things because sometimes we had to train, we had to play, we had to warm up, we have to warm up before a game. So it was frustrating to see our coaches going up and down with no balls or tackling bags or cones. Little things do matter actually. Cones were the most important things because he has to set up a drill before we warm up. So it was frustrating to see him going up and down looking for cones or balls, simple things, but yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I would like to say thank you to Betway for such an honor to appreciate us for such an equipment. It was really disappointing to run the season without an effective equipment and having such an talented players. Last more words is to say just thank you. I can't just say more than that I said.
The sponsorship was always about development. We wish to come back and see growth. We definitely want to see the players excelling in the sport that they're partaking in. And I think from us as a brand, development of actually scaling the Betway brand itself, and obviously contributing at every grassroots level that we could potentially assist with.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Betway for sponsoring the Mangaung Rugby Club. It's very important that we have unity in our clubs. This will encourage a lot of young people to come and take rugby as a sport. So Betway, we thank you so much for coming and supporting us. And we're saying Betway all the way, Mangaung all the way. And we're going to see both the teams excelling because of this sponsorship, because they know that there are people backing them up. So we're saying halala Betway, halala.
The annual general meeting of the Free State Rugby Union for 2019 was held in November at the Cheetah Stadium with various club rugby presidents and administrators in attendance. It was also an opportunity to reward coaches and club players for their achievements and hard work during the year.
Today we have our annual general meeting on the 13th of November 2019, and this year we have an election year where the positions of the deputy presidents, Mr. Charlie May and Mr. Kunal Klopper, are up for election. Only one of these positions are being contested by Mr. Vivian Minnar, who will then stand against Mr. Charlie May for the position. We also have our trophy ceremony where we basically give honor to all the clubs that have excelled during the year. We basically give trophies to the guys who scored the most tries, scored the most points in the senior and junior divisions, and obviously we give the President's Cup to the club with the best overall achievement for the year 2019.
On the highlights of our current financial year, this year was indeed one of the most exciting and successful years in the history of the Free State Rugby. Not only did we win the Currie Cup again, but South Africa also won the World Cup, which is also a very big highlight for all rugby people and supporters in South Africa. Free State also succeeded in playing the semi-finals of the Under-21 competition of SARU, and then jointly with the Griffons Rugby Union, we participated in the Under-20 Cup, which we won. We played as Griffons, but quite a number of players and coaches formed part of this successful team. We hosted a very successful Craving Week, and I would like to thank our Staff and Schools Association and others who did their best to make success of this tournament. Apart from that, we had some brilliant rugby at school level, with Currie College being the top school, almost in World Cup, and we congratulate them for that. To the other schools that won the trophies in Bloemfontein, we are proud of you and all the other activities in that regard. Finally, I would want to close my report by saying thank you once again to everybody who has assisted and supported Free State Rugby. What a wonderful year and a successful year this was. I also wish you well with the festive season that lies ahead of us. May we all enjoy the break, and may we look forward to a very exciting and positive 2020. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
The annual tradition of the Sweetholders Breakfast was held at the Cheetah Stadium, with sponsors, players, management and friends of the union gathering together to reflect on our successful Currie Cup season and to enjoy the morning out of the office.
Yes, annually we bring our sweetholders to this lovely breakfast here in the stadium, and then we thank them for their support throughout the year. We had a lovely year with the Currie Cup win, World Cup win, etc. So rugby is on a high. But then we also negotiate again to extend their contract with us for another year or what. Next year is very exciting. We'll play from March to May 6 top pro 14 matches. We negotiate for a test. And then again the Currie Cup like this year, a shortened version, but it's very exciting and of a high level. So there's lots of excitement for the sweetholders. That's the reason for the breakfast, to thank them, first of all, for their support, and then ask them to continue with us to go forward into 2020.
This breakfast meeting actually cements the relationship that we have with the rugby union. And this partnership is particularly important because it helps us to leverage also our partnerships with our sponsors and other stakeholders in the province. So I'm very happy with this breakfast, which is aimed at cementing our relationship.
This breakfast represents unity between the union and its supporters, because as suit holders, we also supporters, passionate supporters, and it's just an enjoyable event where we can just hold hands and break bread and say thank you for an awesome year to the Cheetahs and the union and vice versa, and just look forward to the new year to come.
Ja, hier is vir my wat die Rugby Unie vir ons dankie sê vir ons bydrae aan ondersteuning. Maar dis ook vir ons 'n geleentheid om bietjie meer van die Vrystaat of die Toyota Cheetahs te leer.
I'm hoping that the Currie Cup, but also the fact that we are rugby world champions in South Africa, will continue to encourage our players to actually put 100% and make sure that the next Currie Cup next year remains actually in Bloemfontein.
They started the Pro 14 season brilliantly at home, winning 3 games on the straight. And then they had some unfortunate losses abroad. But I think with the team playing as they are, playing impeccable rugby, I think definitely going forward, the Pro 14 we can make a statement, and then also we can capitalizing on that when we get back to the Currie Cup. We can definitely have a good 2020. So looking forward to that, and we'll be definitely backing the Cheetahs come 2020.
The Free State has always been known for producing top athletes and scholars, and with the launch of the new Old Grace Development Project, this will continue long into the future, as the project will boast the brand new CTU College, as well as the new Toyota Cheetahs Institute of Excellence.
Tonight is the official soil turning event of the new Old Grace Development Project for the Free State Rugby Union and for the Institute of the Cheetahs Rugby. It's a very important event for us, this new development, where we'll see CTU colleges and UXI Sport joining forces with the Toyota Cheetahs to develop a new college where students can study, and then we use the facilities where our rugby players can also study next to the Old Grace rugby pitches. A wonderful event tonight for Free State rugby in general.
The city is growing. We need student accommodation. We are going also to produce the next rugby champions of the World Cup in this place. So I'm here to support them. I'll be always supporting them. We are together in this thing. I'm always with the boy. I'm always with the Cheetahs. At all times, I'm with them. That is the flag for the Cheetahs here. So I can buy a blade. I can buy a full buy a.
What is really fascinating about it, we will have educational facilities, classrooms with computers, with all the normal equipment, but there's going to be a cafeteria, so there's a whole area for students to chill, and then very importantly there's a gym, so the students can condition here, and then obviously the rugby fields are right here as well, so they can exercise. So it's a one-stop shop in terms of education and sport. And, you know, our whole ideal is developing young men that really excel in their life, in a balanced life with both education and sport.
The total site is about 15,000 square meters, the commercial site being about 7. The other one, the student accommodation, also being about 7 to 8,000. It'll create a lot of jobs in terms of workers throughout Mangaung. It'll create increased jobs for people after the development, of course, for the upkeep and such. And then also, you know, local businesses will benefit, as everything will be bought locally. Local contractors, local engineers, quantity surveyors. So it's going to be a nice influx into bloom, you know, that this development will create.
We all know that Free State is a big rugby-loving province. So that is first thing. Secondly, like I said earlier, it's very much important for us to make sure that we grow the brand of the Cheetahs. Remember that the boys that will be coming here will become throughout the province, from deep urban and rural areas. We want to make sure that everyone has got a chance so that they can be part of this happy family of the Cheetah family.
I, Olimela Mleli, the Executive Mayor of Mangaung Metro, I declare this site of rugby site Center of Excellence. I so declare. Thank you.
The Toyota Cheetahs faithful are known countrywide for their rigorous support and enthusiasm. None more so than Bolzano, who regular viewers of Cheetah Chase might recognize as the iconic fan in the intro. We sat down with Paul to find out where his love for the team started.
I fell in love with them since 2003. The reason why I fell in love with them is their brand of running rugby. And I love running rugby, and you know, I love the game. When I sit next to the field, I go with every pass, every run, I'm in the game. The Cheetahs, they just have the ability to make a player stand out, you know. If I can recall some of the players who's been forgotten, who didn't have any game time, like our previous captain, Francois Venter. He didn't even have any game time at the Blue Bulls. But the Free State managed to make him a Springbok. And today he's on his path in a new career in Europe. That stood out for me, the fact that they can polish a player, you know, yeah. My all time, I will go for Jan Smith. He's the Iron Man, like we say in Afrikaans, Eysterman. With ball in hand, he's unstoppable. He's one of those guys with a famous handoff. And yeah, I love his style of playing. He played a crucial role in the Currie Cup final way back in 2005. The way he carried the ball in that final, you know, he was one of our key players in that game. The Bulls had a formidable pack in that Currie Cup final. And, but we managed to neutralize a formidable Blue Bulls pack. 2005, I rank it very high. It was our first win in so many years for the Cheetahs to manage to win a formidable Blue Bull team with the likes of Orida Pre, Victor Matfield, Ryan Abena, Anton Leonard as the captain. But as I've said, it stood out for me. They managed to win at Loftus. Nobody wins at Loftus, but the Cheetahs, they managed to go to that fortress and win the Blue Bulls at home. Yeah, that is very special for me. The try of Meyer Bosman late in the game, which sealed the victory for us as a Cheetahs team. And yeah, we went crazy that day. And I've never seen a stadium run so empty in 2 minutes. After it was a sea of blue at Loftus Versfeld, and it ran empty in 2 minutes after the final whistle. I can remember a game where we played against the Islanders from New Zealand at home. We led the game far and we managed to let the game slip. I remember there was 2 or 3 tries that they managed to score in 2 or 3 minutes. And we lost that game, and that broke my heart. You know, it was unacceptable for the Cheetahs to lose that game. Super Rugby is a more faster, which compared to the European rugby, where you have to outsmart your opponent, you have to think tactical, you have to be more with ball in hand, drives, and the conditions are also different. You have to play in rainy weather, extreme cold weather. You have to compete, so it makes it more difficult than Super Rugby. They kick off their campaign very good, but they had a disappointing tour. They lost all of their games, but they can bounce back. Definitely, the Cheetahs always bounce back, and they can turn things around. It's still early days. Just to tell them to hang in there. The win on the road will come, and it will turn the whole season around. If they can win 1 or 2 games on the road, and it will completely turn their season around, and they will bounce back. Yes, it was a very, very good campaign. They also played beautiful rugby, good running rugby, the brand that we like as Free Staters. But we almost blew it at the end, where we lead 2 fast tries against the Lions, and they almost came back, but time was on our side, and we managed to close out the game. Yeah. I would go for our big hooker, Joseph. He's a big guy who loves running with the ball. He's got a fantastic season this year at the Cheetahs, and I can see him with the green and gold already. Yeah, he's a Springbok. This season in the Currie Cup as well, he played very good rugby. Most of his tries, I think he's now number 2. I think he's got 5 tries already in the top 14. Yeah, he's a very special player for me, you know. Yeah.
Now comes the question. Can Paul remember the match in 2010 between the Blue Bulls and the Toyota Cheetahs, where Philip van der Wald's try sparked his now famous Vrystaat celebration?
It was one of that, in the moment, I went with the rhythm of Leon Schuster, and I wasn't aware. I was on call with a Vrystaat celebration, but yeah, it's something that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
That's all for this month. For more information on all things Cheetah, log on to our website at www.fscheetah.co.za, or you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and our YouTube channel for the latest happenings, videos, photos and uploads. So until next month, keep supporting and, as always, freestyle!
They call me Cheetah, Cheetah, Cheetah. Ooh, Cheetah, Cheetah, Cheetah. Alla mamma Cheetah.